Welcome back, y'all, to Creatively You channel. For those who are new, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can know when I upload a new video. So, let's get into it. The topic for today: working from home.
Okay, girl.
I am a wife, mom, entrepreneur, children's author, and healthcare professional Monday through Friday. I work from home, making calls. Now there is a lot of buzz. Ooh, I want to work from home. Ooh, I sign up for this work from home job because it pays XYZ. That's all good and fine, but there are some things that you need to know before you work from home. Let's get into it. If you are not a time management type of person and you're going to be working from home, you're going to learn to be. You're going to learn to be. You definitely have to manage your time more effectively when you're working from home. So whether that is getting some note cards, make sure you get a calendar too, a desk calendar that kind of help. I do have free PDF calendars on my website that you can print off to put on your desk. I also, because I have children, I have my kids' school calendar up because I always got to work around their calendar. And then another thing is making sure that you have sticky notes. So if you can't get the personal sticky notes that you can buy from the Dollar Tree or the store, you do know that you have sticky note on your desktop. I do use that a lot when working from home because I copy notes in there, conversations, just in case folks come back and say that they said something or didn't say something that they did say. I do have a record of that as well. Another thing people don't tell you about working from home, this is the big one, y'all. Meetings galore.
No!
Oh,
no!
Gosh. I came from working in a clinic, so I had a meeting like quarterly. Y'all, do y'all know that I have meetings 1-2 times a week or more? And it can be overwhelming. You do have to plan your meetings around your workflow, but folks be having a meeting just to have a meeting. Like, come on. But you do get used to it. It's just something that doesn't go away. So that is something you do have to get used to. If you are not used to doing Zoom or Teams, you'll have to get used to that as well. A lot of companies and departments like for you to be on Zoom. They want to see your face, y'all. So I don't have a problem with being on Zoom. I'm dressed, as you can see, I'm dressed. I just got off of work. I'm dressed regardless because you just never know. And one thing that they will not say about me when it comes to my evaluation is Tiana, T does not come professionally. Some people say I'm jazzy, whatever the case may be, but you can't say that about me. So be dressed because they do judge you for that. I do know that some people do be wearing they pajamas and, you know, all the things like that. Do you? I dress up creatively, so that's fine. Another thing that people don't tell you about working from home is monitor your utility bills, because if you're used to being away from the house and then here you in the house all day long, it can kind of increase on those bills, or you can just kind of do what you do, be creative to figure out a way to have those bills lowered, or get into a energy efficiency program, something that'll save you some money. Now, the good thing about working from home that most people don't tell you is the flexibility. Now, that also depends on your supervisor. Not everybody have a supervisor like that. I've been blessed enough to have a supervisor who is flexible. So when it comes to being a parent, I typically schedule my appointments either the first 2 to 3 hours before my shift or the last 2 to 3 hours before my shift end, and then you can work and make those hours up. But again, not everyone is lucky enough to have a supervisor on their team like that. But if you want to save like your vacation time, that flex time is good to have. So if you're interviewing, ask if they have that flex time. That is something that is a bonus. Another thing, if you are a parent, and now that the pandemic has changed, there is a lot, depending on where you live, a lot of e-learning days. Now, be prepared. Your kids are going to be home. So you have to be able to shift and, work around that, especially if you're on the phone a lot. I had a cot for my 7-year-old, just in case, he gets sick or anything like that. He can be in my office, very discreet, or if he's making too much noise, we can go right on outside the office and I can see him and he can see me. Another thing about working from home, some departments are very micromanaged. They are managing every click that you do. So I just want you all to just be aware. If you are interviewing, ask them in a roundabout way, far as the productivity, and they'll tell you if they have like a clicker system where they're managing. It is all about the numbers working from home, especially when you're dealing with caseloads, myself, or patients or customers, and you having to call people and you're on the phone. It is all about the numbers. Work in Excel. If you're not friendly with Excel, some work from home jobs use Excel. Oh my gosh, I'm not a big fan of Excel, but guess what? I had to adapt. Yep, I had to adapt to Excel. Another thing that people don't tell you from working from home is there are a lot of assumptions because it's a virtual world. Like you can't like walk up to people like you do in the office, or for me in a clinical setting, and say, hey, what do you think about this? Or hey, people do assume a lot. Far as favoritism, now typically in the corporate setting, you may or may not see it because it's sprinkled in a little bit. It's apparent. It can be apparent. So I just want y'all to think about things before you just run and jump. Like I said, it's not for everyone. You don't get that face-to-face interaction anymore with people. You got to be okay with that. But I love it as a parent because I can see my kids off to and from school. I can be able to save my vacation time far as working around my schedule. So that is my why and why I chose to work from home. Your why is going to be totally different. But at the end of the day, find a creative way. If this is what you're going to do, find a creative way to make it work out. I've made it work out for me for 2 years. Another thing is, you have to be open for change. Things constantly change at a drastic measure depending on the department and where you work. When you're working from home and people assume that you know everything and you don't, or they share some information with some people and then don't share with the other people. So those are just some things that you need to take in consideration before you run and jump and get a work from home job. But again, if you're okay with everything that I just said, then get you a work from home job. Do it well to the best of your ability and tailor it to who you are creatively. I've been doing it. It works for me, and I'll be doing it until God blesses me with something else. Until next time, y'all, I will have a free checklist link below. Download it where you can just keep in mind things that occur when you work from home. Like, share, and subscribe.